coin, just raise your hand and I can unmute you. Oh, John's in. I can see him there. John, how's it going?
Hi, Glenn. Pleasure to be here. Thank you for having us. I'm just waiting for my partner, Enrique, and yeah, we can get going anytime after that then. Thank you.
Okay, awesome, John. Hi, Enrique.
Hello, everyone.
Hello and welcome. We've got a couple of minutes, guys, so we'll just let everyone get into the VC. Then I'll start the recording, introduce you, and we can go into the New Year Coin project.
Glenn, my friend, you sound like you're from the UK, like me. Are you as cold as I am right now?
It is a bit of a cold day. Yeah, I've got a blanket on here. I've got the window open. But yeah, I'm near Manchester. Whereabouts are you in the UK?
Cheshire. So not far away from you, actually, yeah. So, but yes, it's absolutely freezing.
Yeah, the cold weather's good. We had that terrible cold snap, didn't we? Never had weather like that for about 10 years, I think. It warmed up a bit in the week, and then it's a bit cooler today.
Yeah, I'm sitting next to a heater to try and keep warm. So,
same.
Yeah. Well, we'll try and warm up everyone with our charisma and enthusiasm in the chat.
Well, the UK and Europe, we definitely need to find some sound investments. And I was looking over your project, and the ecosystem around the 5 tokens. So it looks a really good long-term investment for people to maybe raise some money for their energy bills.
In a moment, so we'll do our best. Thank you. Yeah.
I'll just give it another 30 seconds and then we should be on the hour.
Well, absolutely, yeah. I mean, it would definitely help everyone. So we'll talk about the ecosystem for sure and explain it to people. Yeah.
Awesome, John.
Brilliant. Okay, thank you.
Okay, if John and Enrique are ready, I can start the recording and introduce you. We can go into the New Year Coin project.
Yeah, I think John has. Yeah, he will be back. 1 second, please.
Okay, no problem.
Hi, sorry, just had a signal issue, but yeah, good to go.
Okay, I'll start the recording. 1 second. Welcome to the WebCoin Talk community. I'm Glenn, your host. Today we have joining us Enrique and John, co-founders of the New Year Coin, and are also founders of the crypto investment group Dox Guys. New Year Coin's not your average New Year, seasonal token. It's going to be built into a 5 token ecosystem, seasonal ecosystem. And yeah, I was looking at the white paper. It's very exciting what we can go into today about this. It's a unique sort of idea. In my mind, it's a long-term investment plan. Hold all the seasonal tokens and gain passive income throughout the year, and each season comes back the following year as the ecosystem grows. So we'll go into that and more shortly. But first, can we find out about how you met? How you met, partnered together, and planned out this seasonal ecosystem?
Yes. Firstly, thank you very much for having us here. Our first time with Whalecoin. So we are the Doxed Guys. Basically, it is a safe space for trusted, audited KYC crypto projects. We have experience with previous projects and business in real life. Enrique and myself met on a previous project that was very good. So because it's been a bearish year, we wanted to create something a bit more positive. And so what we did is created a community where people know that when they invest, that their funds are safe. So Doxed, as in the name, ensures that we're open CAM as much as possible. And yeah, it's just to create somewhere secure. We all know there's a lot of projects that give a bad reputation to crypto. So we try and ensure that what we do is positive and reassuring to people. So Enrique.
Hello, everyone. My name is Enrique Quintanilla. Thank you for hosting us in this space. And yeah, what John said is what it is. We have met 1 year ago, I think, and yeah. Hello, everyone. My name is Enrique Quintanilla. I think we have started our recording, and I'm CEO and co-founder of New Year, and also partner of Docs Guys. And also, we are developers of Santa Coin. I'm original from Spain, but I'm living in Latin America right now in Peru. But yeah, Docs Guys is something we are forging because the bearish market. I mean, all the projects being launched nowadays doesn't have any persons like doxing themselves or making a brand. Hold on 1 second, please, John. I have a call from Pink Sales. This is one second. Can you hit? I think John is it up.
Is John there? Or?
John, are you there?
Yep. Sure.
I will back in a second, please. Can you? Sorry, guys. I have a call.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
John, yeah.
Yep. Well, we're very busy today. I think we have lots on going, our pre-sales tomorrow, so we're rushing around. But yeah, so Docs Guys is launching a new project tomorrow called New Year Coin. We released one last month called Santa Coin. The pre-sale filled in 2 seconds, and we got such a hyped community that they wanted us to bring forth the next token in our ecosystem early. So that's where we are today. But it is a fast-paced week for us. So yeah.
Okay, great, John. So yeah, maybe we can have an introduction into the ecosystem, how it works. You had the Santa coin, now this is the New Year coin, and then there's 3 more coins throughout next year. So it's, for me, it's a great, long-term investment if you sort of invested in each token. And at certain times there'll always be a season coming up, so you'll be getting more from one token, and then it feeds into the other token. Can we sort of go into the ecosystem and how it works for investors?
Yes, Glenn, absolutely. I mean, so we have an ecosystem. So what this means is we have multiple tokens, multiple projects that will be released in every 2 or 3 months, roughly. So we started with the first one late last month called Santa Coin for Christmas. We're still working heavily on that. And as you probably all know, Christmas Day is about 2 days away. Our second token launches after we filled the pre-sale, which could be tomorrow. It's called New Year Coin. So the way it works is all the tokens are linked in the contract with reflections. So for example, token number 2, which is coming tomorrow, that will give holders reflections in Santa Coin, token number 1. Token number 3 will then give reflections in token number 2, New Year Coin. And it goes down the line like that. So there'll be 6 tokens in total between now and the end of next year. And what this allows us to do is support each token throughout the entire year. So if one token is having a bad week, then other projects can support that, because when one pumps, the other pumps. So if you have, for example, token 6 and that pumps, that will generate token 5 in reflections. But all those token 5 will then create token 4, which automatically creates token 3, and then 2, and then 1. So it's like a snowball effect that goes down. So the earlier you are in this ecosystem, the more you stand to benefit. One second, sorry.
Okay.
So yeah, we're very busy. So the ecosystem is designed to create a support network for every project. A lot of projects will pump for a few days. Some will pump for a few weeks. Some will go long term. But we wanted to design something that will ensure that all those tokens can be supported from each other. So let's say Santa Coin, being a Christmas themed one, is in the middle of next year. It's not the peak season for a Christmas token, but it can still pump and still survive and still do well, because it has other tokens that will come before it, which help. So if you just bear with me one second.
Just wait 1 second for John. Be back shortly.
Oh, hello.
John, you're back, yeah.
I can only apologize. We have about 6 different people that we're sorting out final parts for the project at the moment. So it's been hectic. Would you like to continue with some questions, Glenn?
Yeah, sure, John. Yeah, so each token is going to have reflections, which will pay in the last token, and you've also got like passive income from BUSD. So, and by getting the reflections in the last token, that builds up a pot for you for the next season when that one comes back around again. I mean, are you looking to do this for multiple years, or I think when you got to the 6th token, was it going to be a final token? It's all going to be incorporated because you're also going to be building utilities around the 5 tokens as well. I think we might have lost John there.
Yep. So 1 year we have a plan for all these seasonal tokens that link. Can you hear me?
Hey, John, yeah. So you were saying it's a 1 year plan, yeah? That's great. And then the final token would be all the utilities and adapts you've built around the first 5 tokens. Oh, I can hear you. Yeah. Oh, it might be cutting in and out.
Yeah. Is that any better?
Oh, yeah. I think that's you back, John. Yeah.
There's some connection issues here. Right. So the tokens are focused on the first year. So get them all out there, link them together. Afterwards, we're going to create a combination token that links them into one, sort of like a DAO, basically. So it will continue year after year after year, but instead of having all these different tokens, it'll just be one primary token, like an umbrella, basically.
Okay, I see, John. And so let's concentrate on the New Year coin now. What's the tokenomics breakdown for investors? And if you hold the New Year coin, when the next one launches, would you potentially get a whitelist spot for the pre-sales?
Yep. So we have a low buy and sell tax, 6% buy, 8% sell. We've got reflections in Santacoin, and we both buy and sell. We have what we quite like is a buyback and burn mechanism. So what's useful about a buyback and burn is that we can purchase from the supply anytime we want and burn it. So if the chart needs a bit of a boost, then that's an advantage that we can do. So yeah, the community will follow us from token to token. So when it comes to the token number 3 in the ecosystem, everyone transfers to the new one. They stay in New Year coin, and they're going to start getting reflections in New Year coin from the next one as well. So their price value of their wallet of a New Year coin will go up with that.
Okay, that's great, John. And are you going to have multiple telegrams, or is it all going to be built into one telegram for all the seasons? How will it work for the community?
For Telegram, we'll have separate, because it'd be a bit crazy with people asking about this token or that token. But our socials are doxed guys, so they're going to be all the same for all the tokens. So our website is doxguys.com. All the explanation of all the tokens will be on that, but Telegram's the only thing that will be separate for each project. But the community stays pretty much the same. They will be in all the tokens with new people coming. So every token that we launch will have our existing community that come with us, and we'll add on top of that with more people. So it will just get bigger and bigger, basically.
Awesome, John. Yeah, I can see that you would bring community from the first, second, third token, building up a bigger community. And you also got these burns. How do they work? Are they sort of like weekly, monthly, quarterly for each token?
Well, what we have, which I quite like for New Year Coin, is that we're very community focused. So we're going to have voting for a lot of different directions the project will go in. So, for example, if we need a buyback and burn, we'll do a vote and we'll ask the community to decide if we should do it at a particular point. It could be weekly, twice weekly, monthly, or special events. We would also do that for marketing. So what we tried out with Santacoin was give a short list of some potential promoters, and we post them in the community, and people can vote. So, for example, one week it might be a Twitter shiller, a Telegram call group, and a TikTok promoter, and then people can vote on what they like. So we're trying to create a sort of community driven project for New Year Coin, because our community is vital to us. If we want them to be in all our projects, then we want them to get involved and help us shape the ecosystem direction. So if we need a pump, then we can say, hey guys, what do you think? Shall we buy some from the supply today and pump it, or should we wait? And so, yeah, it's basically up to the community really when we're going to do that.
Okay, great. And I was reading the smart contract was made by Harry Kendallman, who's respected in the space. Has there been an audit on the Santacoin and the New Year coin, and will Harry be building all the tokens for your project?
We hope so. I mean, he has been with us from the start, and before we started the ecosystem, we like him, he likes us. There's no problems with the contract. Everything is audited and fully checked. So yeah, we'd like to keep lasting relationships, whether it's in the development side or the marketing side. So we want to create consistency, including for our community as well. So yeah.
Awesome, John. And you're planning to add like utilities to each token as you go along. So, you know, as you go into the next season, what sort of utilities will you attach to each token? And then obviously there'll be more value for the following season with the burns as well. Obviously there'll be less tokens, and people have been getting reflections in them, so we'll get more BUSD rewards for the second season after holding from the first season. So it's a long-term sort of diamond hand aspect to it, you know, where investors will hold it for the next season, because you're building each token as you go along.
Absolutely, you're spot on. We will develop more utility next year. We're going to spend a month with a unique team to develop research and development. And so we're looking at NFTs with staking. We want to create more of a connection between all the tokens, even more than what we already have. The most important part we have so far is the reflections. Now, everyone has heard of reflections, of course. It's nothing unique. What is how we have 6 different tokens all snowballing reflections to each other. So Santa Coin, the first one, gives BUSD reflections. So if you invest in any of the tokens in this ecosystem, you will also get BUSD because it trickles down into your supply. So New Year coin holders will get Santa Coin reflections, and those Santa Coin reflections themselves will generate BUSD. So it's essentially a utility in a way, but we will add more to it next year. We're going to look at some mini games as well, and we're going to be listed. We're looking to be listed on exchange early next year. So yeah.
Okay, great. Yeah, with you building the ecosystem, you could get a seasonal token onto a central exchange. Yeah, because you're supporting it all year round, and yeah, and have long-term investors and community building up. So that's great. And one of the tokens, could explode as you go down the list. It could be this one, could be the next one. So you're also going to do a Chinese New Year one after this one. So and then it'll be an Easter one, a Halloween one, Christmas and New Year. So that will be the 5 in total.
Well, not quite. Chinese New Year is part of New Year coin, so there's no point creating separate tokens for that. So our New Year coin will have 2 major marketing campaigns. The first is between now and International New Year's Day, January the 1st. Once that's done, our focus is then on Chinese New Year of the Rabbit. So that's about 3 weeks or so after New Year's Day. So that will be part of New Year coin.
Awesome. So
yeah, then we have an Easter one. Yeah, and we'll do one in the summer. We've got Halloween, and then next Christmas will be back to Santa Coin and back to New Year again. It would be a relaunch of New Year. It'll be the same New Year coin project, but what we will have 1 year from now is a much bigger community from all these tokens between now and then. So the value of that token for next year will be significantly higher. And we'll do more marketing then. So even though they are seasonal, outside of those seasons, each project will help pump and support those projects. So they never disappear, they don't go quiet. So yeah, Chinese New Year is something that we're looking forward to. We've got a lot of partners in China that we're just waiting to start heavy promotion. We've done a few already. And as you know, China loves meme coins. It's the year of the rabbit. For New Year coin is a rabbit, so yeah, it should be good.
Okay, great. You're covering the 2 New Years because we've got the one in Europe here, 1st of January, and North America, and the Chinese New Year's 22nd of January this year, I think. So yeah, it's got a 1 lifespan around the New Year, and then obviously you're adding utilities to it when you move into the Easter token. How would you sort of recommend investors to get involved? Would you recommend them to put so much into each token, and then as each season comes along, they'll be gaining reflections more in one token, and then waiting while you're building utility on the other seasonal token for that one to come back the following year?
I mean, absolutely. I mean, it would benefit everyone if everyone invested in all tokens. The earlier you are in the ecosystem, the more you stand to benefit, because every new token that comes afterwards will generate new interest. There'll be new marketing, and that will bounce back to existing holders, more and more reflections, and pump the price. So our Santa Coin holders, we started late last month, they'll benefit hugely from New Year Coin when that launches. So if a New Year Coin investor decided to invest in Santa Coin as well, then they'll also benefit from both those tokens. And when we do the Easter token, then New Year Coin holders will also benefit from that as well. So the more you invest in each project, you're going to get more reflections. So there's an increased incentive to do that.
Okay, great, John. And what's the timeline? Are you looking to do like Christmas NFTs, Easter NFTs, and then what would happen with the profits from that? Would you do buyback and burns through that mechanism, marketing, and supporting all the tokens in the ecosystem?
Yeah, we try and burn as much as we can. So, for example, our team tokens, we've not sold. From Santa Coin, we're not sold. With New Year Coin, we will not sell. For all our projects, our team tokens will never be sold. The reason why is because of reflections. So we're happy to receive the reflections just like holders are. So we will never dump on the market. As much as possible, we burn. We also have a charity wallet for Santa Coin, which we asked the community to vote on a small donation for, that we did a video for. But yeah, we're here for the long term. So our tokens are designed to pump the chart as much as possible. In the long run, we're aiming for the listing on a CEX and the ultimate combined token at the very end. So yeah, Enrique is back now, my friend. So any more questions?
Yeah, thank you for waiting for me. It was actually Pink Sale calling me because we have a KYC with them and docs badges that are going to be uploaded. But yeah, that's right. I mean, I haven't been following the conversation right, till now, but that's right. What I have heard. Our goal actually is to be a long-term, to have a long-term seasonal tokens with us, right? Along the year, we are going to launch several tokens. I don't know if John told that before, and it's up to 6, maybe more, depend of our community, what they vote for, and. All of them, we are forging a community around Docs guys. It's because crypto space needs someone to trust in. We haven't seen anyone to do something like this before, and we are forging a brand, right? And it's the brand products is our projects, and so it's the preferred. I don't want you to take much of time talking about this, but Santa Coin is our first launch. It was almost a month ago, but New York Coin is our second project, right? And yeah. We are going to launch another token in 1 month now. All of them linked one to other, and when the last one, let's call it token 6, launches, the last of our seasonal tokens. This that token is going to be linked to the first one, making it a cycle, a whole year cycle, and that's we call as a whole year ecosystem. And we are pushing hard on all of them and on our marketing. We are CEX listing. Sorry, in Spanish, sex sounds okay, but in English sounds weird. Yeah, that is pretty much it. I don't want to make it longer. We have an explainer video of our ecosystem coming really soon, and I'm open to any question. Thank you. By the way, thank you for receiving us here. I had to get that call.
No problem, Enrique. Yeah, it's a great ecosystem because with reflection tokens and stable coins rewards for USD, in your ecosystem. It's based on volume, but with you having all these seasons linked together, Easter, Christmas, New Year, and Halloween, you can just hold the coin for 12 months and you'll get more reflections, obviously, and volume before each season. So yeah, I was just sort of saying to John, what would you recommend with investors to put a portion of their investment into all the tokens as you go along? And how does it work for whitelist? This is a pre-sale, so your first sale sold out in a couple of seconds. If this does the same, when can investors get involved? When it launches on PancakeSwap. But then if you hold, say, this second New Year coin, would you get offered a whitelist spot for the next launch as well?
Yeah, the whitelist, if I got you right, is going to be, and this time, well, our Santa Coin holders, the 200 first holders, or the strongest one, is going to be instantly whitelisted. While in New York Coin, you have to go through our whitelist bot, and we are going to pick randomly some people to get whitelisted. I don't know if you guys know we have a whitelist for your community. I haven't read that if you have mentioned that before, but yeah, this community right here have 20 whitelist spots too. In order to participate on this, is just following some easy steps, and it is just follow our Twitter, our channels, right? And nothing too complicated. Our socials overall, and it's Instagram, YouTube. That is pretty much it. And we choose the whitelist people randomly, and also by our contest. For example, a meme coin contest and chill contest. We give some whitelist to people that is committed to the ecosystem. We can tell who is committed with Santa Coin actually, because they know what the ecosystem is. Mostly the holders or investors here, which have more tokens in their bags, knows and have been buying the dip because they know what's going to happen. In next year, Santa Coin will burn around of 40k 40% of the total supply, which means your tokens right now, or your token value, is going to be almost double of what it's now. Not mentioning that by that time we will have already several projects ongoing that will make, because the Santa Coin contract works like that, we every single buy and sells burns tokens. So as it's linked with others tokens, yeah, we are going to burn manually for 40% of the token supply, but by buying or selling the tokens, or buying any other projects of our products, it's going to auto burn more tokens. So I estimate to be like 60% left, or being burned by along the year. And that is yeah, pretty much it about the whitelist. And I hope you get that. And yeah, 200 of
That's
our
great.
best holders is going to get whitelisted. Yeah.
That's great, Enrique. And is that going to work for each token? Will the new year coin as well be doing burns as well, and token after it? Is it going to have a similar contract around the Santa coin?
No, this time we have a different burn mechanism. New York coin has a buyback and burn manually tokens, because when we get some volume and to be steady with our chart, we are going to buy tokens and burn it, buy and to maintain volume and the chart ongoing, right? And that means that we are going to have less token in circulation, and that's the same plan we have for the next project to come, to have a buyback and burn mechanisms, because it is better and makes the chart to look healthy or healthier if we do that in this way. So yeah, that's what we are doing now.
I see, Enrique. And what's the marketing plans going forward? How did you sort of promote Santa token? Do you learn something from each sort of marketing plan and then take that into the next token? Now you've got the New Year coin. What works? What doesn't work?
Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Sorry, Enrique. I've got a new camera. I've changed the computer, so I apologise for the strange camera before. But with Santa Coin, we have the same team, same community, and we like to repeat our marketing as much as possible. If it works, why change it? So we started with organic growth. So we got people to shill and pass word of mouth. We did some small groups, and that created a good base for us that worked a lot better than we thought, to be honest. Then we added big call groups, like Caesar calls, for example, and we'll do more. And we like to continue that for each token that we do. But I mentioned a bit earlier, we like to get the community involved with us. So we normally research 3 or 4 potential promoters, and we make sure that they're all legitimate and we can validate them, and we can agree a good deal with them. And then it's up to the community to vote and decide what we do. Some of our promoters have been recommended to us, and we said, "Oh, they're interesting. Let's chat to them and see if we can work something out." So yeah, we don't want to just make all the decisions and have an unhappy community. So if the people can help us and vote on what they think's best, then we'll go with that and we'll try it. If it doesn't work, we'll take over and do something else. But it's worked perfectly so far. We sold out Santa Coin in 2 seconds because of that. So for our next pre-sale and launch, we're hoping for something very similar. So we'll continue doing that. The marketing right now has been absolutely crazy while we're running around like headless chickens. But come tomorrow, we'll be calm and stable because it's all be sorted. And then we've got a big focus for 1 week to New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. That's pretty much mostly already done. We'll add a few more on the way. Then we'll shift to Chinese New Year and speak to a lot of Chinese promoters and focus on that. So, yeah.
I see, John. And what are you planning leading up to New Year for the community? Are you looking to do competitions and prizes and maybe a New Year's Eve party? What's happening on the New Year coin?
Oh, absolutely. Everyone likes a good party. So we want to celebrate and have fun. Now, we have Santa Coin celebrating Christmas, and they will celebrate New Year with us. And so we'll have a lot of competitions and giveaways, everything from meme contests to lucky dips to biggest buy contests, quizzes. We've done one recently where whoever gets the most questions right enters a mini competition. So yeah, let's celebrate together. These are festive seasons. We want to have fun. We don't want it to be all serious 24/7. So people can have a joke and a laugh with us. And when it comes to the marketing, we're very serious. So, but in the group itself, We just want to create a bit of fun and everyone enjoy it. But we do giveaways, yeah. But I think the biggest ask that people want that we focused on is have a good, healthy chart. So that's number one, obviously. And because we will now have 2 tokens come launch on New Year Coin, they will support each other. So the Santa Coin pump will help the New Year Coin pump and vice versa. And we mostly have a shared community in both of them. So when people join Santa Coin on Christmas Day, we'll say, hey guys, we've also got New Year Coin. So they'll join New Year Coin. So as you can see, the more tokens that we launch, the more we can pass people on to all the other tokens. So it's a really good idea that helps support every sort of project throughout the year.
Okay, John, and is the private sales attached to each launch, and what's the LP lock-in periods for each token? Are they locked for a long time?
Yeah, we've done a very small private sale, carefully selected for each token. We don't want a huge one where people can worry what's going to happen. In fact, most of our private investors from Santa Coin are still holding. So they've joined, some of them have joined us for New Year Coin. So they're good, solid holders. And that's what we want. I think that's what everyone wants, because they believe in a long-term vision for the ecosystem. So the LP's locked for 1 year, but we're not going anywhere. The auto-renewed for another year and another year, another year. As I mentioned earlier, on when the camera wasn't too good, that we do not sell any team tokens. Not one token from Santa Coin has been sold. Not one token from New Year Coin will be sold. We only hold them for reflections. So that we're happy with that. We can pay staff. So there's going to be no dumping on the chart. There's going to be no rug, no disappearing. Everything's open cam, even when the camera isn't that good. But we're audited and KYC'd. So we're trying to build a good, solid community who will join us on this journey from token to token. And we're lucky with New Year Coin that we have a lot of people who've already seen how we work, who have seen the deals that we made, and they've joined us from Santa Coin to New Year Coin. And when it comes to the next one, we'll keep expanding on that. Enrique, do you want to add anything there?
No. That's you have covered everything already. And any question will be appreciated.
Yeah, we can move on to community investor questions. Like John says there, you're building up a reputation, and your transparency and openness is great. So then that carries on to the next project that people and investors feel safe to invest in you and invest in the community, and it can go from strength to strength as each token comes out, I imagine. So let's move to community investor questions. Let's see, we've got Syed here. You had a question.
I'll just add one more thing very quickly, Glenn. Is that I think if we have regular investors watching this today, you will know that most projects are not open cam. They're not as interacting with the community as much. Now that's up to them. There's no problem with that. We're very keen on building a relationship with our community. They can see the good things, the bad things, but we're always very honest. We've done very, very well so far. We have a great plan and a great team. And so we want to offer something different to our community for each token that we expand on. So they know that they can trust us. We're called Docs Guys for that reason. So we're not going anywhere. We're going to keep improving, keep expanding. And hopefully the community will join us on this long journey that we do together. So let's have some questions anyway. Yes, go ahead.
That's great, John. Yeah. Syed, I've unmuted you. You had a question for Enrique or John at New Year Coin. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, Glenn. I have a few questions. So I was just thinking that how are you getting BUSD for reflections? I mean, are you selling Santa Coin to buy BUSD for reflection? How does that work?
So when there's volume, it creates reflections. So obviously launches or big pumps, or when we have a good deal, the more you hold, the more reflections you're going to get. We've had people who joined us on Santa Coin and they're still holding, and they've got loads of BUSD reflections. We expect the same on the launch of New Year Coin. That will trickle down. So if you hold New Year Coin tokens, you'll get Santa Coin tokens. That in itself will auto-generate BUSD. So if you're holding long-term, it's a really significant passive income because have all these tokens that will keep pumping, keep generating more reflections of all the tokens. And at the very end of that chain is BUSD. So it doesn't matter in a way where you join on this ecosystem, you will get BUSD. But the earlier you are, as in like right now, then that's perfect. You'll stand to benefit the most from next year. All you have to do is hold, and you will get those BUSD. We do the same, so it's it works.
Regarding to that question, also we don't sell Santa coins for that. It's just the contract automatically sending you BUSD as reflections.
Okay, understood. Thank you for clearing that up. Okay, so I was also thinking that as you will be launching number of new tokens, so will you be expanding your team as well? And do you have any plan of having separate team for each token as well in future?
Thank you. Yes, but obviously we're going to expand our team because we're going to have lots of tokens. So if it was just the existing team now, it would be crazy. Enrique and myself are always going to be here. We're always going to be focused on every single token. As you've probably seen at the start of this AMA, we're constantly rushing around, but we're going to expand bigger and bigger. We've got some fantastic team members already. We're very skilled in different areas. Our mods, our admins, they don't just do modding and admin work, they do other things as well, which really benefits us. But we like to promote from the community. If we see people who are positive and helping, then we'll likely add them to the team. But yeah, I think 1 year from now, Enrique, we'll probably have a massive team, more than likely, because we'll have all these tokens. But what we will have for sure is a shared community. So people who are investing in one token will also likely be in all the other tokens. So we will know who they are. The community will know who they are. So yeah, if you're interested, stick with us, and you never know, opportunities can happen.
Yeah, wonderful. Okay, so you mentioned that community will be able to vote on the various aspects. So it got me thinking that do you have any plan of launching governance token in future as well to enable the community vote on various aspects regarding the ecosystem using their governance token?
Sorry, I didn't quite catch all that question.
Yeah, I think he means actually the vote of people is because we do our research on who to market with, like for example a Chinese or Turkish or Poland community. We select a few marketing or promoters in Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, or any other, or even Telegram, and we let the community to choose who of them is going to be our next marketing for that day or the next day of that. We do a research because you may know some groups are about it, and we do our research. They aren't. So first we pass the filter, and they are good to go, and then we let the community to decide who is going to get marketing with us.
Yeah, we create a short list.
Understood. Thank you, sir. Yeah, go on.
The short list is just to protect investors, so we don't let everyone just choose a promoter. So we will create a short list. We will listen to suggestions and research them. There's a lot of ones that should not be trusted out there, promoters, and there's a lot of quality good ones. So we want to filter them, and then whatever the community decides from that short list, we'll do. We've done it already with 2 or 3 times with Santa Coin to test it. and it worked very well. And we'll do it very heavily with New Year Coin. Not all the marketing deals we do will be voted. If it's extremely expensive, we'll just say, hey, this looks good, let's do this. But, we'll have a nice range for people. If you're a large holder of New Year Coin, you'll have special votes. So something for those people as well. But yeah, most votes are going to be for everyone to have their say. Yeah. I hope that answers your question from us.
Andres. Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much for answering my question. Over to you, Glenn.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for the question, Sayed. Let's move to
Thank you.
Aisha. You had a question for John or Enrique. Go ahead.
Yeah, thanks, Glenn. I can see that initially you are planning on launching 6 seasonal theme tokens that will be connected in tokenomics. Don't you think if the value of one token plunges due to any reason, it will also affect all the tokens in a domino effect?
No, in fact, I would say it's the opposite effect. So if one token is having a bad week, then any other token that's doing well can support that. So we'll always have a reserve marketing budget, always, to make sure if we need to pump something, we're implementing a buyback and burn mechanism, for example. So anytime we need to pump something, we'll buy from the supply, burn it, and that will pump. But because I've mentioned this quite a few times, if one token is having a bad few days, like I say, we can rally the whole community together from all these tokens and say, hey guys, let's help this token today. Let's do what we can. Let's shill it. Let's pump it. Let's promote it. And that will have a positive effect as well. But what happens if one token has a huge pump, goes viral, is amazing, then all the tokens in that ecosystem also benefit. But we plan for rainy days. If there's a bad time in the market, we've always got reserves on supply to make sure that we can pump it. So it's nothing to worry about. The benefits are huge. And people who invest in New Year Coin will see that. They'll see that in Santa Coin. They'll see that in New Year Coin. Next month, they'll see that in the next one. So, yeah, the positives are fantastic.
Understood. That makes sense. Okay, I was also wondering, will you be launching all these tokens on Binance chain or they will be on a different chain?
Well, that's a good question, Nat. I like Binance. Everyone likes ZC. He's very reliable. He's a good voice for crypto. But we do plan to extend to other blockchains and have multiple blockchains in the future. Absolutely. We're very comfortable with the Binance Smart Chain right now. And it's worked really well for us so far. But yes, absolutely. Next year, we will expand to others like Ethereum. No problem. We'll probably ask the community and see what they think. A bridge. Yeah, exactly. So we'll ask the community what do they want to do with it, and most likely it benefits everyone to expand to other ones. Yeah.
Got it. Thank you. Thank you so much for answering.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you for asking.
Thank you for the questions, Aisha. Let's move to Western Beast. You had a question for John or Enrique. Go ahead.
Yeah, thanks, Glenn. I actually wanted asking about the fact that the New Year term comes only once in a year. In different calendars, would you be attaching yourself to New Year related festivities? I mean, you said Santa Coin comes and the New Year will also come. So what reward utilities will you generate revenue for your new coin?
Well, the more revenue that's generated, the more we can support each token. So as I mentioned before, if one token needs help, we can support it. It's really, it stands everyone, everyone benefits from all the tokens doing well. So if one token needs more help and support, it will get that because the reflections will trickle down for everyone. New Year is once a year, or in a way, twice a year, because we have Chinese New Year as well. But when it comes to April, May, June, July, etc., the other tokens will step in. They will take over. The community of New Year Coin will continue. We'll still talk about it. The main focus then will be to introduce people from the new tokens to New Year coin. So when people invest in token 4, token 5, we will tell them, hey guys, look at this. This is New Year coin. We had a great period in January and February, and let's build it something massive and important for next New Year. Invest, because look at all these reflections that New Year coin holders have been getting since New Year. So token 5, token 6, they'll go, hey, that sounds really good. They're getting all these reflections that we're generating now on token 6. So yeah, off season, as we call it, will be supported by all the other tokens. So when it comes around to the next New Year, it'll be much, much bigger because of all this support that's been pumping, all these reflections that people have been getting, of a much bigger marketing budget every year. So
That sounds good. That's actually clearer now to me. The next question I actually have is the fact that can you tell me more about the concept of special vote? I think you just made mention of it just now. I would like to know what's the requirements to get to the level of those who have special votes, and is the voting power different based on what's characteristic?
Okay, so sorry, Enrique, if I'm doing all the talking here, but I'll be quick. The voting.
Sorry. Yeah. Go ahead. I'm dealing with audit. To have the budget right now.
We're multitasking here, guys. So the voting. I like the voting idea. Like I say, we tested it with Santacoin. It's something I've wanted to do for a long time. The best projects that usually do well, you see the big coins like Dogecoin, for example, are community focused very heavily. Now, we're a very experienced team in business, in real life, and in crypto, but there's a lot of experienced, knowledgeable people in communities. And so we want to give you guys the power to have a say. So we'll have regular votes on multiple areas. Mostly it'll be marketing. So we'll research them and we'll give you a short list, usually like 3 options, and then you can vote. And whichever has the biggest vote wins, and we'll make a deal and do that. There'll be some special votes every now and again, of course, for exclusive holders or people who win a competition, that sort of thing. But, let's spread it as much as we can to most people. We won't give a vote for everything because we want to make sure with our experience it's stable. But if it's looking good, then we go, hey guys, what should we do next? Shall we try and focus on Twitter today? Should we try a TikTok video today or another call group on Telegram? You guys decide, let us know, and we will do that. No problem.
Wow, sounds good. Thanks for explaining it in details, John. I really appreciate the detailed answers to my questions. New Year coin is quite unique. I wish you guys the very best, and I hope Project is bullish forward. Over to you, Glenn.
Thank you.
Thank you
for the questions, Western Beast. Let's move to Dennis. You had a question for John or Enrique. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you so much, Glenn. As you guys have plans for multiple tokens having specific themes, mostly related to Christmas.
Yeah, so I think I got some of your question there. We'll have one core team, so the most experienced guys, Enrique and myself, some senior admins. We focus on all the tokens, all the projects, and because we can't handle all of it, we'll have mods, etc., and a couple of admins for different tokens. But we also will have a shared community, so the community of one token will also be the same as the next token. So we've seen the community helping us already, and they're committed to do their part, support us for all the tokens. So it's a very much community-led in many ways. If we need further help somewhere, we'll easily bring people in. Because we're called Docs Guys, we want to make sure that the people we bring into the team are genuine, and we can audit them in a way that we know that they're who they say they are and they do a good job. So yeah.
Okay, John, I got cut out in the middle of my question. So I was saying that I'm curious to know that will you guys be looking for other cultural events so that you can add something related to them in the project to attract wider audience from different cultures as well globally?
Well, that's a really good idea. It's something we've been thinking about. So if there's like a special event for a particular culture, we have to know first if it's something that can translate internationally. So we have a lot of investors who are interested in it. We can also add elements of something to any of our projects. Well, we will have sub-communities, like the Chinese community we've started building already, Turkish, Polish, Indonesian. These are all being developed right now. New Year Coin gives us a great opportunity to expand into the Chinese market. So Chinese New Year is a big event. I have many Chinese friends, and it's a very big cultural event. I'm sure a lot of you will know that. The Year of the Rabbit. So we're going to do a lot of marketing for that. That will start mostly from January the 1st, because between now and December the 31st, we've got other marketing we're focused on. But I think next month would be really good. We'll have a lot of Chinese investment. We've been speaking to a lot of people over there, so it's something to look forward to. And yeah, I want to learn about different cultures and how they view crypto. And by voting, we'll have different people from different places around the world giving their opinions and ideas. So it can only be a good thing in the long run. So yeah.
Okay, that's really great. And it's been really nice talking to you. So thank you so much for answering my question as well.
Thank you for your question. I hope to see you in the community. You seem very positive. That's great. Thank you.
Thanks very much, Mr. Beast, for the questions. Yeah, so we're running out of time, so maybe we can do a recap over the New Year coin, because we do get investors coming in the second half of the AMA. So if we could do a recap over what we talked about over the first 30 minutes about New Year coin and the ecosystem.
Enrique, would you like to start, my friend?
Please go ahead, you first, John.
Okay. So, right. We are Docs guys. We have an ecosystem. Now, what's unique is that we have multiple projects all being developed by us, which are 100% safe, audited, KYC, and trustable. No one dumps the chart, no one rugs or disappears. That's the most important thing I want to mention to you guys first. So we are planning at least 6 tokens. If the community wants us to make more, we can do that in the future. But we're focused on 6. We have a draft and a plan. We launched Santa Coin a few weeks ago. We sold out our pre-sale in 2 seconds, which surprised us. That was fantastic. Most of it was organic growth. We have a strong community there now. We're about to launch New Year Coin. That's number 2. And this is pre-sale tomorrow. We will launch as soon as it's filled. If it fills in 2 seconds, like Santa Coin did, we'll launch very shortly after that. So New Year Coin celebrates 2 major events, January the 1st and January the 22nd, which is Chinese New Year. The important thing to know is that all these tokens in this ecosystem are connected. They're not separate, where one pumps and then disappears and you never hear from it ever again. It always will be there. Every new token that comes in this ecosystem supports and helps the previous one. So New Year Coin holders, when the next token after that comes, any pump that token 3 does will trickle down and benefit New Year Coin as well. And then token 4 does the same to token 3, and that bounces back. This is a really cool, amazing concept which allows seasonal tokens to flourish all year round. So even though it's a theme for a particular time of year, nothing to worry about, because even in the middle of July, New Year Coin will flourish because all these other tokens are helping and supporting it through reflections, through burning, and the shared community. So it's a really cool concept. If the earlier you are in this ecosystem, the more you stand to benefit through all these reflections that will accumulate bigger and bigger and bigger as each project comes about. So if you want to come in for a pump and then sell, no problem. But the biggest benefit is to have a bag of New Year coin and hold it, because you will see a huge benefit coming from that. We have a lot of marketing, so we will push New Year coin, we're pushing Santa coin, we'll push every token that we do. If one is promoted, we usually talk about all of them. So tonight, we've mentioned Santa coin. So when we promote token 3, we'll mention New Year coin, and so on and so on. So as a long-term plan, it's really effective.
Yeah, and it isn't about only 2023, but also 2024, 2025, and beyond, right? We are here to say we are passionate till we get several sex listening in everything, all our ecosystem. Also, we are forging utility for them, NFTs, swap, and etc. It's going to be on docsguys.com.
Okay.
If anyone wants to learn more about it, on our website, docsguys.com, we will list all projects on there as they are announced. So the good thing about that is that if someone hears about one token, they will check out our website and they will see all the tokens we have up to that point. So it's like a shopping list. They'll go, oh, that's interesting. Let me click on that, learn about that project. So we expect investment for all these different tokens at different times of the year, because people will learn about it. It doesn't disappear. The team stays active. The community stays active. But right now, the last thing I'll say as a recap is New Year coin. We've got a lot of huge marketing that we've been rushing around crazily today. We absolutely love being on Whale Coin Talk, and we hope to see you guys again, absolutely, for our next token, I'm sure. And we've got lots of big ones coming. So we're really pushing hard to have a big pre-sale and a big launch, and we're going to push it for New Year. Then we're going to push it for Chinese New Year. And then the next token will push New Year coin. So, if you're smart, you would buy a bag and hold it, see the reflections that you're getting in Santa coin and BUSD, and then decide what you want to do. So, yeah.
Okay, thank you very much, John and Enrique, for joining us today. And like they say, it's a unique type project with seasonal ecosystem building over and over. And so, investors from the first, second project have got that trust and openness with the team and the community from the past tokens. So it's going to be exciting watching this all roll out over the next year. And at the moment, we've got this New Year coin coming up for pre-sale. I think John said there we've got 20 whitelist spots for the community, so that's great. I don't know how we do that. Maybe if everyone joins the Telegram and says Wellcoin Talk sent you, you can get a whitelist spot for this New Year coin launching shortly. Wellcoin Talk is for research and education. We recommend the community investors check out the website white paper. If you have any questions after the AMA, join their official socials there. They're in the main chat, and take it from there. Thank you very much for coming, guys. I think we've got spin the wheel for 2 lucky winners as well. If Acti's got the wheel there.
I got the wheel coming up.
Thank you very much for having us here, and it's has been a pleasure. And see you in our Telegram group. Let's. I want to ask you if you are ready to rumble.
Definitely, guys. Yeah, New Year's always a great time for everyone, and you've got 2 New Years to celebrate, so that's awesome. It's looking forward to the future for the team and community. And thank you for telling our community investors today about the second token, the New Year coin, coming up.
I'm in awe of this wheel spin little competition. See who wins.
Yeah, I was just there with the spill while we were doing the outro here, guys. We do still have the chat locked, so for anyone looking for the socials, they're in our main chat. There's a pre-sale link as well over there, so don't hesitate, just engage with the community. I'm sure they'll be more than happy to answer any and all of your questions. I have the 2 winners here as well. We're gonna give out $50 to 2 lucky winners, and we'll announce the prizes just after the AMA in a couple of minutes here. I'll send your IDs over to the spin team. So thank you for tuning in, everyone. This has been awesome, and thank you to the New Year Coin team for being here. Docs guys. guys. Great job on the AMA also. So thank you everybody for participating, and yeah, Merry Christmas, I guess.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas. And a Happy New
Take
Year.
care. Take care, John and Enrico, and Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
Happy New
Thank
Year.
you, guys.
Thank you for hosting
recording.
us.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thanks, Glenn.
Finish
Appreciate
recording
it.
and send
Great
a
job.
copy over.
Thank you.
Awesome, thanks, guys. I'll finish the recording and send a copy over for you to share with your community, and I'll send that into our main chat for anyone who couldn't join the call today.
Brilliant. Thank you.